Doom Gaming here, and welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda. So, started playing this last night, and I've been having fun with this so far. I mean, um, definitely want to continue with it. I I played this game last year before, and I just I never continued with it. I got to a point where I was just like, what is going on? I am confused, I'm bored, and I just never never went on with it. And I didn't want to do that. It's just I was not invested, but this time around I'm a little more into what's going on. Okay. So I am right where I left off last night. A lot of games when you do a save, it doesn't save where you left off. Now before I continue, make sure I'm am I sounding right? Am I loud enough? Alright. That sounds fine. I noticed that my my voice was a little bit quiet yesterday. I've turned the volume up so that the output will be louder, and I turned up my gain on my mic so that what's coming in will be picked up a little better.
How the hell? All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father.
Sorry.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
Sorry, my face is tired of dealing with. How the fuck does your face get tired? Don't you mean that you were tired, not your face? How does your face get tired of dealing with things? That doesn't even, like, normally it's like, I'm getting tired of facing this, but my face is tired of dealing with. What? No, no, that ain't not proper English. Alright, wow, all that matters is he's gone. Damn. He wanted me to be Pathfinder.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
Okay, this is just
Excuse me, Director Addison.
gobbledygook.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
You're a cunt. Like, goddamn. I was not, like, I was not asked. It was forced upon me. You were just like, oh, I don't like you because I don't think you're right for the job. And even though we were isolated here and everything was falling apart and you came along and helped us, I'm going to say fuck you because I don't trust you. Like, who the fuck are you? God damn.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable. That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Good. I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules hers.
Does she know that?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the Golden Worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
If it gains in me, just point the way. Just point the way. I won't be an ass.
Just point me to my ship and I'll be out of here.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that. Ah!
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed last night that my voice was a little quiet. I normally don't talk very loud or talk very clearly, and I don't mean to. It's just how I speak. And last night I noticed I said something, and even I couldn't understand myself. That's not good when you can't understand what you're saying or what you said.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 malfunctions in the past week.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Yeah.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
All personnel, be aware of
No, I'm fine. And I don't know, it just blew up.
Find out why. Be careful.
No. Dog is seeking attention. I swear he like knows I'm doing my live stream, and he's just like, pay attention to me.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Okay, that was a little weird. Did she just walk into the wall? Because I think she just walked into the wall.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Yeah, she just walked into the wall. She's in oblivion now. Yep, she's back. I guess I like messed up her trajectory too much, and this is the one that fell right here. I guess like ran into her the wrong way, and
Tempest crew should report to the
alright.
docking.
So how do I do stuff? Journal? Are these the points? Now these are the. What is this? Okay, so this is sabotage. No.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Let's see where runs this. Okay, that runs absolutely nowhere.
Accessing more power.
Okie dokie then. All goes this way.
All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete. All right, moving on. Docking plan.
Scanning power junction relays.
Docking
This
hatch
panel is
delivered.
malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
So now what? Is it
Requests are currently on
turned
hold
off
until
just like
power
that,
coupling
or I had to actually interact with it? Like what? Okay, I guess it's dealt with. How do I get to the map faster?
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
Little annoying. None of the buttons are mapped to the map. They could have had one of the D-pads to the map, and I could have gotten around a lot easier. Okay. Is the one I did? Like, okay, they're all highlighted now. Yeah. Hopefully I sound more clear and you're going to hear me a lot better. One of the most important things is to be heard. If I'm not being heard, then what's the point? What the? It was pointing this way, right? Yeah.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
No, it's not that way.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Scanning. This panel has been tampered with.
Send the data to Raj.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
But yeah, this game doesn't have the same charm and feel to it the originals did.
This is wrong. Just wrong.
It feels off and weird.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Please be advised that
Okay.
Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Main decks, I'm assuming over yonderly.
Before we removed them from the
Alright, who? Oh. Where is this person at?
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Down.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion. All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
Hey there.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Addison was my favorite.
Yeah. Meeting Addison was interesting.
She doesn't know you. I do. And you're doing fine.
I appreciate it.
I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your sister's doing.
Alright, where am I going? Yeah, I found who it is. I mean, it's just the right way. I don't know. Nothing is really making much sense.
Zarakellis,
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Kellis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patel's. A third party seems likely.
Looks like someone is using both you and Raj to cover their tracks.
They'd need pretty high-level access for that. Still, it's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
There's a mystery afoot. Seeing a lot of glitches in this play around. Like, the number of I mean, gets to play through and I don't really play around, but like I've seen one character walk through a wall, and a lot of like graphical issues. Like, I don't know what they were doing with this game, but they just dropped the ball. Like, seriously.
Engineering reports. Hyperion powered
There's nothing really like game shattering. It's just graphical issues. Re.
This file is useless. Let's check another. And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
Let's check another.
I don't know why it has to take me out of the dang thing.
This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Someone working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Got it.
Then I go human hunting and find. Well, this is a person further away.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
This person is not a match.
It's not gonna be someone close. That's kind of obvious.
Are on hold. Please await further instructions.
No, it isn't what we wanted, but what choice do we have? How the hell should I
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Well, might as well scan this person over here. Thought it'd be a little,
This is wrong. Just wrong.
This person is not a match.
This is a nightmare.
I go to another part of the ship and see who I can find. Hey. Okay.
This person is not a match.
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what you call it?
Is that what sabotage is called these days? Work?
You're pretty arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers. My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
I sympathize, but
I'm sorry for what happened, but setting explosives isn't the answer.
Neither was sending people into exile because they didn't agree with policy. I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people, killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done talking. I confess, it was me. Do whatever you want.
up to me.
Not my call. The Nexus leaders will make that decision.
That lot make a decision? That'll be the day.
Well, that was interesting. Oh, there, a little bit of a psychedelic background there. Gotta put a freaking seizure warning on this. God. But yeah, this game does not have the same feel or charm the first three games did. There's just something missing about it, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I could look past the glitching. The glitching's whatever. It's part of any game that wasn't reasonably tested. Whatever. It's the feel of the game that's bothering me. The way it's presenting itself. It does not feel like those that came before it. It's almost like they were trying to do something completely different, which isn't a bad thing, but when you totally step on what came before it, it could be a bad thing. And I'm not saying it's a bad game by any means because it feels weird. It's just when you know it came before it. Like I could play Mass Effect 1 right now if I really wanted to, and you could just feel the difference by looking at it. It just doesn't have that same thing about it. I just can't put it into words what it is that's missing. It's just there's something that's not quite right. I know like the whole like uncanny valley of like how everything looks, everything's really shiny and pretty is kind of off-putting because the original games weren't, you know.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
Bye, Kendros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Okay. That was not what I was hoping it would be. I don't know what I was hoping it would be, but it just didn't. It feels like it's trying to stand on the shoulders of the original when you have the ship and you're going through meeting other people, but that felt right. This just feels forced. Like they're trying to just be like, hey, remember the first 3 games? We're going to try and make it like that.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop. Lab. You know.
You are always welcome.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Yeah, I've seen like no Krogans around here, which is kind of bothering me. They have all these aliens that were introduced, like this guy here in front of me. The other 2 were from the first couple of games, but this guy here was introduced heavily in, I think, the 3rd game? I mean the 2nd. But there is not one Krogan around here. Oh wait, there's one over there. Never mind. Okay. It just feels funny, I guess, in a way, because it just feels like they're being like, I don't know, racist, I guess I want to say. Like, it's a game, I'm looking too much into it, but it's just kind of funny. I know one of the first characters to me, actually, when you get here, is the that female Krogan. Is a Krogan here?
Yes, I know the Hyperion dock
Oh,
got
that's
announced
actually her.
caused some switches to blow. That's fine. There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Nothing more for now.
Good luck out there. My crew's working on it. We've moved to the opposite.
Not that I'm like, you know, partial to the Krogans. It's just kind of funny at this massive space station. There's all these other aliens, but you see very little Krogan, and it's like, why? It raises questions.
Procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Like going back down. This compass is the worst. Like, it doesn't properly explain where things are.
Ryder, you have my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
Nope.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm happy to help. You will find our futures depend on each other's success. Good luck.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion. All non-relevant repair requests are
What did that
currently
do?
on hold.
Anything?
Power
Like,
supply is
was that just all for background and story? Yeah, one thing I'm noticing is most people probably know this, but how an NPC walks around is they're set on a path. You know, what we can't see is there are set pathways and an NPC will walk around. And from what I understand, there should be like contingencies. Like, I know this is the perfect example, but if you were playing like GTA, let's say, like you know, like GTA is a perfect example of how to do paths and how characters walk a certain path, but when something interrupts it, they can go around it. With this game, though, it seems there's like one path for a character, and if you get in their way, they get confused like instantly. And it seems like they often wander off the path, which is probably part of it. Like, I was so stilted looking at that character over there. There's like a robot. It's like, "Brr, brr, going this way." Like, it's little things like that when the game doesn't feel organic, when it feels like the characters are computers, and they are, but when they literally feel like they're robots and not something I can identify with, again, it breaks the flow of the immersion. But one thing I've been noticing a lot is like a character will be like my guy a little bit ago. He was like just snapped into a spot where he should have been standing. Because again, like when I went into that conversation, like that's considered like a stage, and I was supposed to be put in a certain spot, and for some reason where I was standing wasn't where I was supposed to be, and the game was like, yeah, you're not supposed to be there, and just jerked me, and it was very minute, but I noticed it. And it's little things like that you notice that most people will not pick up, but certain people will, and it's very jarring when a character like was walking along and all of a sudden they're just like it's a hard thing to ignore. Yeah, I'm not talking from like major experience here of making games. It's just from what I've noticed, you know, just simple observations. Actually, back in my younger days, I did want to be a video game developer or a programmer or something like that. I just never followed through with it. Where am I going? Like, it's marked, but it's not showing me where the heck. Okay, look for the arcs. My bad. Okay. Yes, we're ready to progress.
All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
But yeah, I mean, like, not to like, you know, like, I played a lot of games in my days, and I've always had an interest of how they worked, and I've messed around with a lot of debug menus and gone behind the scenes and learned about a lot about how a game actually operates. I'm not saying I knew everything, I know every trick of the trade, but I have learned enough to at least allow me to understand how a game, you know, functions. And where am I going? Oh, down. And yeah, just from what I've seen and figured out, you know, I understand a lot more how a game works, and you know, I'm not anything special for knowing this. I just, you know, can see it in a way that I can actually, like, you know, voice it out. I actually, back a good couple years ago, made my own games, and they were, you know, horrible little 2D games, but it really opened my eyes to the amount of work goes into making a game, just from like doing the art and finding music or making your own. I found music and sound effects, you know, programming and just polishing it and making it more better. Yes, no, more better is a proper statement, but just polishing it more and more to where you feel confident that it's playable. And you know, it really opened my eyes to how a game is made and how it works. And again, I'm not saying I'm better than everyone else because of these things. It's just I understand more.
Hello, Scott. Welcome back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential.
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient, far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI. So what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
But beyond what many people will accept, your father knew some would fear it.
Yeah, he's got a point. So what does this mean for the two of us?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
Okay, so now I can pick a the thingamajiggle. I'm just gonna soldier and an explorer. That's a little bit of everything. More what I will want. Okay. Now level up. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I don't know why they had me go back each time to do it and just do it all at one time. First up, emergency sirens, can't be having that. Alright. So I'm now adept enough to be the Pathfinder. And I'm sure this will have no repercussions in the story at all. Move.
Ready to see what Tan gave us?
I hear it's something special. Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
In final checks, looking great.
We won't be long. The way things are going, we'll be on our own out there.
In other words, we're making this up as we go.
We used to call that tactical improvisation. But at least we'll be doing it in style. They call her the Tempest.
Let's go take a closer look.
Let's pick it up a bit, people. We're 14 months late. So you're the one who's making everything happen. Vetra. Vetra Nix. Initiative Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. Are we ready? The sooner we get out of here, the better.
You're coming with us?
Yes, Otherwise, there's no way they're letting this ship off the station.
What's wrong?
What's the rush?
Just don't want to waste any more time.
Hold it, hold it! You're not going anywhere.
Damn it.
Is there a prep?
Is something wrong?
Director Addison wants to see a complete report of the Tempest's supplies, munitions, and crew.
Director Tan overruled Addison.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost discovery, squarely under Director Addison's purview.
Seen you around. Ben, right? Came here with a family, didn't you? Son still in cryo? I could pull some strings, get him to the front of the line.
Really?
Yeah, really.
They told me he wasn't essential, but I miss him.
I know. I got family too, Ben.
It's done. Addison's gonna kill me.
Nicely done.
Part of the job, Pathfinder. All things considered, it was an easy ask. And right now, you need people tearing down obstacles, not putting up more.
I don't remember
Finally,
her.
someone who cares about doing stuff and not just talking about it.
There's a lot I don't remember from playing this the first time. Like, there was so much just a haze right now. As I'm playing this now, after, you know, however long it was I have, is been nice because it's like playing it for the first time and everything is like all nice and pretty and shiny still.
Everything's state of the art. Labs, sensors, exploration gear. Plus her crew, of course. The best in their field.
Glad to see you're doing so well, Scott.
The engine core is based on the Ark's Odyssey drive.
It runs a hell of a lot quieter.
That's Gil Brody. Engineer, mechanic, all-around wrench jockey. We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged. Securing connection to Tempest.
Welcome aboard, Sam. And Ryder, of course.
All run by Suvi Anwar, our science officer. Your quarters are below. Plenty of space up here to get everyone together. It's all yours. She's light, stealthy, and the fastest ship in her class.
Sorry about that. I had to check out something real quick.
It's really gonna be something, isn't it?
I haven't even shown you the best part. When you're ready to fly, head over to the bridge. Our pilot should have everything good to go.
Better head to the bridge when we're ready to go.
The meeting room. You can make vid calls from the central table, or just get the crew together. Our tech lab is an engineer's dream. It's perfect for any delicate technical work.
Some serious kit over here. Seems like we're forever racing, but there's always time to check out new toys. Useful ones.
Always game for new toys.
This makes use of old ones. Like anything you grabbed on Habitat 7. Raw minerals, tech, doesn't matter. The research station will strip that stuff down and give you options.
Go rely on ourselves.
We're on our own, for everybody else. That's what Pathfinder means now.
Yeah, well, everybody should be so lucky. This tech is aces. If the best we get is what we make, still the best. Check it out.
Alright, so I can develop different things. And materials to even do that. Okay. Okay. That's pretty neat.
Departure trajectory locked, Nexus Control. Ah, time for introductions. You must be Ryder, Kalojath. A pleasure to be here, and to meet you, of course. I'll be piloting the Tempest at your word. Quite the ship, but it'll take a Pathfinder's guidance to see us through Helios.
Yeah.
Plenty of dangers out there, but I'll do my best to avoid them.
That's reassuring. Wouldn't want to lose my finest work to that angry cloud. I was test pilot for the Tempest's early prototypes. I admit, I'm itching to see how she performs out here.
So how do I...
The console syncs with your implant. Just swipe, touch a destination here, and the nav system calculates everything. Very efficient.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure, if you're ready.
Is anyone ready for something this big?
Failure isn't an option.
I guess we have to be.
All right. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Command access is transferring successfully.
Science and monitoring stations look fine. Lexi's reporting in.
Gil is green. Gil reports the drive core is online.
This is it, Ryder. The Tempest is yours, unless you've got something to say for the log.
Captain's log. I have shit myself.
I never planned to be Pathfinder. I don't know what's out there. But we're the Milky Way's best and brightest. We can do this.
Nexus Control, this is the Tempest, ident 2527, prepping to depart.
As soon as I can save it next, I'm going to call it for the night.
Departure vector verified, Tempest. Godspeed, Pathfinder. To Eos, then. What would have been our Habitat 1?
2 failed outposts put an end to that idea.
Maybe we can turn things around. Callow, take us in.
System Pythias. Andromeda Initiative Habitat 1. Designated Eos.
It was supposed to be an easy first step. Until no one else showed and we got clobbered. Twice.
Why has Sam altered frequency detection?
What are we hearing, Sam?
There is a signal, Pathfinder. I recommend an immediate examination of Eos. A mirror of the signal on Habitat 7. Possible atmospheric manipulation.
Is that possible?
We'll find out.
Okay.
If it is...
Suiting up.
Ready, Freddy? Hope we're all that ready. Callow, all right?
Integrating search area from Sam. How he pulled that mystery signal through the storms, I have no idea.
Multisensory neural collation. Amazing.
Factory fresh across the board. Spinning up the compensators.
You're already tuning the displays.
We'll get a better read on this pass than the Nexus has had in months.
That woman's
You said a lot of people have their hopes pinned on
Scottish
us.
accent is
They
weird.
gave up on Eos. Can't blame them. Expected a golden world, instead they saw their friends die. Never know how that'll affect. Sorry. You okay?
Okay, so I'm still filling Dan's flaws of the Jet and the Pathfinder.
I've got the training, people, the tools. We can do this.
Pathfinder, the Tempest checks out. We're good.
Yeah, we were good last time. Look how that turned out.
Take us down.
You have no idea how long I've wanted a Pathfinder to say that.
Okay, keep it in your pants there.
Core is hot.
Shields holding, adjusting entry.
We got this, right?
Hell.
There. Set us down at this nav point.
how to even start.
Alright, so this is where I got to last time I got to this planet here. Shut up, I'm trying to talk. So, I'm going to go ahead and save it into here for the night. We'll continue this tomorrow. So everything past here is 100% new. Like, I don't know anything that happens past here. So, this is going to be interesting. I was doing some research earlier and I heard the game definitely picks up. Like, the beginning is weird for some reason, but after the beginning, it gets better. So, hopefully from here on out, we'll get more into the story. The game will get better and better. Hopefully. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching, everybody for stopping in, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Yeah, have a good one.